Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. The market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. The market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now.
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now, a show where we get you answers for all of your stock-related queries. But before we get on to the queries, let me ask you, Kunal, what should viewers do, keeping in mind an entire motto of keeping their wealth protected, especially our retail investors, volatile market conditions? How should one trade in such a market for the short term?
See, I would suggest that follow 3 Ds. The first one is deep research into the list of stocks which you're looking to buy. That would probably help you, scan through various data points and try and, get back into those quality names eventually. The second would be diversification. You can't just stick to one sector. Over the last 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, we've seen that there have been, sectors after sectors, moves which have happened for the indices, and that has probably led into a proper diversification has always helped, traders to try and mitigate any kind of sudden volatility which has come back into the markets as such. And the third and the most important part is discipline. There would be many stocks in difficult market times which would probably go into a completely different direction than what you would probably expect. And I think in that regards, holding strict discipline would probably help you try to navigate those kind of volatility.
Okay, Kunal, thank you so much for that. The 3 Ds that you have to follow if you're investing, and important to keep that in mind. But let's get started with all your stock-related queries. You can send us your queries either on WhatsApp, Twitter, or our YouTube channel as well. So get started and send us your queries, and I'm going to start taking the first query. Ashish, very good morning to you. And the first query, this one is on Arvind Limited. It's coming in from Guru. How is it looking fundamentally? They're already holding 100 shares of Arvind at around 120 rupees. So fundamentally, is it still good to hold the stock?
Certainly, Arvind is pretty good to hold. I think the company is doing well, has a good future going ahead, has a number of retail brands with it, and I think there's no problem. I think we can continue to hold on to it.
All right, let's move on to the next query then. The first one that I have is coming in from Santi. And LG Brothers, LG Balakrishnan he's holding this about at a price of around 688 rupees per share with a minor loss. He's saying the Q3 were muted, the results were muted as well, whereas other auto anchor companies did well. He wants a fundamental view on LG Balakrishnan as valuation, as well as he wants to know if there's valuation comfort in this particular counter to add some more at these levels. Let me ask, actually let me come to you first, Kunal, on this one. How are the valuations looking like for this particular counter? Do you think that there is a good technical support for this one, given the fact that Santi is already invested in it at a price of around 688 rupees per share? What should he do?
See, ideally, LG Balakrishnan is a stock which tends to do quite okay in variety of market conditions. The only concern right now for the stock is two. One is that the stock has broken below the 200-day moving average. That could probably lead to some bit of more selling pressure which can come by. And the second and the more intriguing part is on the monthly charts, where the stock has confirmed a breakdown on indicators. That's MACD. Now, for that, it could probably mean that the stock may go into a time-wise correction for maybe another 3 to 6 months, or go into a price-wise correction. So I would suggest that you can just hold on to the stock as of now. Keep a stop loss maybe around that 620-25 mark for the stock from your purchase price. In case if the stock doesn't break below the stop loss, and if it recovers, then I think possibility that you may probably come out into profit into this name.
Ashish, this next query is coming in on HDFC Live. This one is from Shushant Gupta. Could you give your view on HDFC Live, because they're holding this for almost 2 years now at an average price of 676 rupees per share. Whether they should exit, hold, average, what's your view?
Well, certainly on, and yes, average also if you have money available for long run. Yes, it has kind of underperformed, but preceding that, it was a super performer when after listing. The valuations did go very high. I think what is happening now is kind of a course correction. The valuation of listing had gone super high, so needed some kind of consolidation correction, which is what is happening. I think life insurance, regardless of whatever the commentary may have come after the budget, is here to stay and here to grow. And HDFC Life itself also is a very well established company, very profitable, very conservatively managed. So I think there is no problem. I think the correction is actually much needed correction in the stock price, which should be used to buy more if you have money and the time with you.
Okay, this one is from Satya, and under the I beg your pardon, under the current circumstances, he wants to know, is it advisable to average Tata Consumers, ABFRL and WebOf Global? If no, then why not? Kunal?
Well, I would suggest to average at current levels. In fact, Trent, ABFRL, these are the names which I've been highlighting earlier. Tata Consumers also, I think, has been doing reasonably well. The entire FMCG pack is going through its own patch of a strong uptrend. So I believe even Tata Consumers at current levels of 720 could be a good point to average. But I think specifically the likes of ABFRL and even Trent, I think even though the stock is up some 6-7% today, but I think at the 1200, 1250 mark where we initiated a buy on Trent, those are very good levels to initiate buy in case if you're looking at it from a medium to long term play.
Max Financials, that's the next query on, and Ashish, the viewer wants to know, how is the stock looking fundamentally? Is it a good time to buy this now?
I would think so. I think the stock looks pretty good. Company also has been doing well. So I think the present juncture looks to be a good stock to add in your portfolio. So yes, go ahead and buy.
Okay, Kunal, this one is coming in from KR Balan. He has a Rushil Decor bought at around 430 rupees per share. Cineline at 110 rupees per share. I'm unsure if you track these counters, but he wants an advice on them, wants to know whether he should continue to hold on to them or look to switch to an IT sector or an auto sector for a period of 6 to 12 months.
See, frankly speaking, I don't track the stock that closely, Rushil Decor, but the charts, just scanning through it while you were reading the question, the stock is coming back into an oversold territory on the short-term charts. That could probably lead into maybe some sort of a bounce over here 330 is where the stock is trading. So maybe possibility of 375, 400-ish kind of a trading range is what I can expect for Rushil. So you may probably get a better exit point rather than exiting at current levels. And so would be the case with Cineline. The stock is consolidating. Maybe a rally towards 120-25 mark is what you can expect. But then the fundamental point is that you should not be sticking to these kind of names for a longer period of time. You always have to identify that these are the kind of stocks which can give you very quick returns, returns for a quick span of time. But the fundamentally strong stocks or stocks like IT space, etc., or the auto names, larger cap names specifically, they can probably be a major part of your entire portfolio. So shifting from these stocks to the larger cap names would be more of a broader call which you should need to take.
The next query is on the bank side, and this is coming in from JD Das from Kolkata. Ashish, JD Das is holding Bank of Maharashtra 5,000 shares at 31 rupees and Federal Bank 1,000 shares at 135 rupees. What is your long-term outlook on both these stocks?
Well, Bank of Maharashtra I haven't tracked, but Federal Bank is very good, and I think the bank is doing very well, turning around very fast, and also expanding its branches and network very fast. So Federal Bank is a very strong buy. Should not only stay invested, can use if he has money to buy more. Bank of Maharashtra, frankly, I don't know, so I'll let it pass.
Okay, this one is coming from Jayakrishnan Kunal. He has Tube Investments for a medium-term period. He's bought it at 2,690 rupees per share. Wants to know what should be the strategy with this particular counter that he's holding?
Well, I think you can continue to hold on to the stock. It looks quite okay on the charts over the longest term period. Yes, the short-term charts are a bit wobbly for the stock price looking at the recent correction. But then I think on a longer term basis, they look fairly attractive. So I would suggest to hold.
Ashish, Satyan is holding 85 shares of Ashok Leyland at a price of 163 rupees. Should they actually accumulate more if they are looking to hold for a 2-year more time period?
Certainly, for whatever reason, the stock has underperformed in the recent past, but the company is doing very well. SUV as a segment is also they're doing very well. The entire commercial vehicle space is doing very well. So I don't see any reason why the stock will keep lying low for long. I think the stock will come back. I should get the price of 163 also. If definitely within a time period of 2 years should make profit also. And yes, if there is money available, should use this downtrend to add more on declines.
Okay, this one is from Hardeep Singh, Trident. He's purchased 4,300 rupees per share, 4,300 shares at a price of 44 rupees per share. He wants to know what should he do with this counter. Ashish, he wants a long-term investment idea.
We're talking about Trident.
Trident, yes.
Okay, see, the company is doing well, but there have been a lot of issues. And the legacy is not very good because there are a lot of corporate governance issues with this company. That could be one of the reasons why the investors normally don't make money in this. I would suggest simple, that within this space, look at Vardhaman, and I think at some point try and move into Vardhaman Textile. I think from a long-term perspective, Vardhaman would be a much better, story and an idea to bet on.
Kunal, we have a viewer who has sent a query on Fortis. They're holding 50 shares of Fortis at a price of around 284. They're holding it since 2021, and they can hold only for another 4 to 5 months is what they're looking to hold for. What should they be doing? Should they add, average?
Yeah, you can look to add or average at current levels of 280 approximately for Fortis. I would expect that, in fact, most of the hospital stocks, they're actually looking quite smart and attractive from a long-term play, medium to long-term play. These stocks have come back to their 200 DMAs, for example. That's the case with Fortis. Even Apollo Hospital has been going through a corrective phase, and that stock also looks attractive. So I think, the hospital stocks look attractive in that regards. I think adding or averaging at current levels of 280 for Fortis could be a better strategy.
All right, so that's the take coming in on Fortis Health. But on that note, we'll slip into a break on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. When we come back, we'll continue taking all of your stock-related queries. So viewers, stay tuned.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है।
Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. But the market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. But the market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. But the market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. But the market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trend.
Welcome back, and you're watching Buy Now Sell Now on ET Now. Let's keep it going with all your stock related queries, and if you already haven't sent us your queries, you can send it to us on WhatsApp, YouTube, or even our Twitter link. Kunal, this next query we have is from Girish from Bangalore. They're holding 100 shares of Godrej Properties at around 1,750 rupees. So what should they be doing? Should they still keep it or should they sell it? Obviously they're making a loss right now.
Well, I think we should hold it as of now. It's been, yes, it's been an underperforming stock from the real estate pack, but then, these are the kind of names which, go through a rough patch for a certain period of time. But then when these stocks recover, the recovery is very swift and fast for, such kind of names. And I would also expect that most of the real estate counters like Oberoi Realty, DLF, even these stocks can make a strong comeback for themselves. So if you can hold on to the stock and probably look to even look out for venturing into investments on Oberoi Realty or DLF at current levels as well as on dips, I think that could be a better strategy.
All right, I have a couple of, a lot of actually short-term related queries, but let me try and take this one to you actually, Ashish, and okay, let me take this one to you. This is from Padma. Sorry, it's a short-term query, but nevertheless, I'm hoping that you'll be able to help her much better on this particular query. She has HCC at a price of 19 rupees per share. She has GMR Infra at a price of 35 rupees per share. They are at a stagnant level or at a loss. She wants to know whether it makes sense to hold on to these names or switch to better quality companies. What's your take on this one? Makes sense to stay put with HCC and GMR Infra, or look at some other players in the infra space, or might as well in some other sector altogether?
Well, ACC, hold on. I think there's a lot of volatility because, of course, it's associated with the Adani group. But the company itself is pretty good and pretty strong, and I don't see any reason for you to worry about it. I think ACC will do well. Cement sector is poised to do well going forward, and ACC no exception.
Ashish, let me come to you on that. It is not ACC, it is HCC, Hindustan Construction Company.
Oh, so HCC is certainly an avoid. I think use any upside to move out. The company has been disappointing for years and years, and I don't see any reason why we should hold on to a loser. So company certainly is not able to generate any wealth for the investors for many years now. So clear avoid, clear sell on any rise. Whereas GMR, I would be more hopeful. I think the airport business itself is doing very well now with the kind of traffic increase in the various airports and the kind of airports which they are managing, and which they hopefully in future they would add more also. So GMR, yes, I think hold on, but HCC just move in, take any uprise to move out.
Okay. Ashish, actually, I'm going to come back to you again, and this is the viewer Vivek wants a fundamental view on ABFRL, given that the results were also very bad yesterday is what they're saying, plus they're making a sharp loss over there. Fundamentally, is this still a strong company to hold? Kunal did give his view before this, but fundamentally, how is it looking to you?
Well, I think there are many better ideas. Like you rightly said, the company somehow has been disappointing investors on its results, and I think in the current market space, there are many better ideas. I am not that bullish as many other experts are on the retail sector in India. I think it's a very competitive sector. Very few players are actually making money, and competition is set to rise going forward. So best to avoid unless you really have a very long-term view and you really think that the company can turn around and do well. I think best to avoid. So I think there are many better players in the market. It's better to focus on them, and I think avoid ABRF.
All right, next one is for you, Kunal. Manish is asking on Rama Steel Tubes. I don't know whether you tracked this counter, 2,000 shares at a price of 27 rupees per share. He wants your view only for the next 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, I think you can hold on to the stock as of now, but it's just that the momentum is slipping by for Rama Steel now. It's a mid-cap, it's a small-cap kind of a name. The stock is still trading above its 200 moving average. The only concern which I have is in terms of one indicator, which is the MACD, and that has now come back towards a multi-month low for the stock on the daily charts, and that could probably slow down the pace of momentum for the stock over the near term. So you may not expect a major upside. So I think in that regards, maybe a bounce towards 37.5, 40 odd levels could be a zone where you may need to start booking out profits.
Ashish, Sumantra Chatterjee from New Delhi has a query on a sale. They have 500 shares of sale at a price of around 109 rupees per share. They want to know, given that the current budget and everything that has come in there, could we expect to see a positive impact coming in on the stock?
And I think more market, one has to really track the international markets if you're investing in sale, because steel prices are what determines the price of the underlying share also in many ways. I think major part of the damage to international steel prices is behind us. I think going forward, one is expecting the steel prices to firm up. The company otherwise is doing fairly well, is well established, and of course, the performance wise also there's nothing wrong. It's just that it's volatile because of the steel prices. So if the time is not a constraint, I would think that one should hold on. You bought at a very high rate, but I think at some point you will get your money back and make some profit also. So stay on, hold on. As long as you have time, you will end up making money in this.
All right, Kunal, coming to you. Kaji De Cruz wants to know about Asian Paints and especially on a re-entry into Asian Paints. He already had the stock and he had sold it at 3,200 rupees per share. So he wants to know how the chart's looking for Asian Paints. Does it make sense to re-enter the counter? And if not now, then what levels?
At the current levels, you should look to enter the stock. I don't expect that you need to wait for maybe another 10% kind of a downside. That could probably happen for Asian Paints because stocks typically tend to form bottom after a major correction by going into that double test of a support. So the previous support for Asian Paints was around the 2,650-700 mark. The stock is right now 100 rupees plus higher from those levels. Possibly another retest towards that 2,700 levels could happen. But then, in case if it doesn't happen, you may tend to miss out on the stock price. So eventually, I think over the next one to 2 months, the stock should form a base at this 2,700 odd mark for itself. So I think it's a good zone where you should look to start buying again.
Okay. Ashish, this next query is on DV's lab coming in, and we want to know, the viewer wants to know, is it a good time to actually average at current levels? We don't know their buy price.
I would think yes. Company has disappointed a lot of investors on the latest results. They were quite bad, much below expectations also. But the company has a fantastic track record on delivering growth and delivering very good performance. And amongst the pharma companies, it's one of the brilliant performers over the years. All good companies do hit a rough patch. And Divi's has done that right now. My best guess would be that yes, quality management, quality companies should be bought when the going is rough. And so here the disclosure also is that I have also bought very recently and in this fall. So I'm very bullish on Divi's at the current price. I think as long as time is not a constraint, this is a very good entry point for long-term investors in Divi's lab.
This one is coming from Deepak and he's writing to us from San Diego, Kunal, and it's a bit of a longish query and I think it's a little bit of a tough one as well. He's asking your advice if it's prudent to book losses from IBREL, India Bulls Housing or other such stocks where 40% losses are there and instead look to move to Poonawalla, Coforge or any other counter. His time horizon is 12 to 18 months.
Well, yeah, I think it makes sense to do that shifting. Now, the first thing is that I'm not sure what was the rationale for you holding on to the stock even after so typically we say that a 20% loss is a very good stop loss for any kind of a time frame trade. So whether it's a short term or a medium term or a longer term kind of a longer term kind of a stock. So holding on to the stock extendedly after losing more than 20%, I think that's a discipline check which you need to do. But yes, fundamentally or rather technically, I believe Poonawalla FinCorp and such of the names, they look very attractive on the short term charts. But I think instead of Coforge, I would probably give more edge or slightly higher weightage towards the likes of large cap names on the mid-cap IT side, and that would be possibly HCL Tech and TCS at current levels. I think the chart patterns over here are far more stronger as compared to the likes of Coforge. So if you can probably tilt back towards the larger cap names, I think that could be a much better bet from the entire IT pack.
Kunal, I'm going to come back to you. There's a short-term query we have, and this is from Pranjali from Kolkata. On IEX, they're currently holding 80 shares of IEX at 241 rupees per share. For the next 6 to 12 months, should they continue to hold this? And what should they be looking to buy if they're looking to sell it? Is there a time to switch or continue to hold it for 6 to 12 months?
See, even many a times back, I've mentioned that IEX is a stock where you should look to average only if the stock gets into that zone of 125 to 135. So I think that's a zone where you should look to average, try and reduce your cost price. So your buy price is at significantly higher levels. But then if you're trying to reduce your cost price, then I think closer to 130 odd levels is a good zone where you should look to average further for IEX.
Okay, this one is coming from Rama, and Rama is a senior citizen, Ashish, and she wants to know whether it makes sense to buy BEL, that's Bharat Electronics, for a period of about 5 to 7 years. And if you could advise, when can she enter BEL? Do you think that makes sense to invest in BEL right now for the longer term, given the fact that we are having that government push towards Atmanirbharta in the defense sector?
Yeah, BEL is one of the PSUs which has delivered fantastic returns over the last several years. I don't see anything changing. In fact, currently the stock is correcting a bit from its recent highs. So it would be a good time for long-term investors to buy. And I think if you have 5 to 7 years, don't try and time it also. I think the stock has corrected a fair bit. So go ahead and buy at the current market price. And I think in 5 to 7 years, you should make good money in this.
Okay, and with that, let's get started with the rapid fire. Our guests don't know what they have to do. And Kunal, let me start with the first one for you. And Tapas is holding 250 shares of Sri Renuka Sugar at a price of 57 rupees. What should they be doing? What's the target price for the next 1 year?
Keep a stop loss closer to 42 levels, and over the next 1 year, I would expect targets of 58 to 60 for the stock.
Okay, this one is coming in from Nino, wants to know about Surya Roshni chart. How does it look? Any scope of further upside, holding 100 shares at 490 rupees per share?
Well, I would suggest that you should look to trail your stop losses. We had given a buy call earlier on Surya Roshni. Looks attractive at current zone, but keep a trailing stop loss of 640.
Ashish, the viewer wants to know, how is NMDC looking to accumulate at current levels?
Looking quite, go ahead. As you have time, no time.
Okay, this one is coming in from Indu. Kunal, Motherson Sumi at 88 rupees per share can hold for 1 year. Makes sense?
Yeah, looks attractive. I would suggest a hold.
Okay. Gravita India, Ashish, the viewer is holding 300 shares at 512 rupees. Hold, sell or average?
Let it pass.
Okay, Seema wants to know, Kunal, if CG Power is a good bet for the medium term.
Well, I would suggest an avoid on the stock at current levels. Too much overbought.
Ashish, Ambuja Cements for a long term, good buy?
Good buy, yes. Good.
Okay, Omkar wants to know, Gujarat Ambuja exports average buy price 240 rupees per share. Makes sense to stay put with this for the long term, Ashish?
I think yes.
Kunal, 500 shares of AGS Transact is what the viewer is holding at a rate of 83. What should they be doing?
I think you should look to exit the stock.
Okay, Akash has Linde India 3500 rupees per share from a period of 1 to 2 years. Should hold, sell or average? Average in what levels, Kunal?
I think 3,250 could be a good level to average.
Okay. Ashish, your view coming in on Bandhan Bank, viewers holding 100 shares at 242 rupees. Can they continue to hold for a 1 year time period?
Yeah, continue to.
Okay, Kunal, Ajay Kumar wants to know if everything's all right with Raymond's and Patanjali. Why such a fall? Does it make sense to stay put with these counters?
Going through a structural or short-term correction, I would believe that there could be another 10 to 50% correction into these stocks. So don't be in a hurry to buy the stocks.
Okay, and that was the last query that we were taking for today. So thank you so much, Kunal, as well as Ashish, for joining in with us. And thank you so much, viewers, for sending us your queries. On that note, we are going to slip into a very short break, viewers. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more market update after this break.
which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Motor market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Motor market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Motor market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days.
Broader markets really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from
Welcome back, and you're watching Buy Now Sell Now on ET Now, and we do have the Amphi data for the month of Jan coming in, where you're seeing the net inflows at 11,373 crores, while the equity inflows are at 12,557 crores, equity AUM at 15.2 crores. Overall, the equity inflows are the highest in 8 months. Overall flows remain positive for the 4th straight month, while equity AUM also at all-time high, above those 15 lakh crore mark for the 3rd straight month. So interesting data coming in over there. But we at Times at Work, we are always looking to create investor awareness and make financial matters simple for our viewers. And keeping up with our values, we present the 2nd season of Nivesh Ke Fande. On this edition, we discuss saving and investing, which are both important concepts for building a sound financial foundation. Take a look.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Nivesh Ke Fande. Today we will talk about something that is at the foundation of a person's personal finance journey.
That's right. We're going to look at the savings and investments and the different roles they play in a person's financial portfolio.
Let's start with savings. It's when we keep aside money for an emergency that we can have easy access to. So basically, savings has high liquidity.
Investing on one hand is using money to get some assets that we hope will grow in future, thus helping us grow our wealth.
Well, under the heading of investing, there are a number of different assets that a person can explore, which provide varying levels of returns along with different levels of risk involved as well.
Yes, so investors can pick and choose the investment options that are in line with their risk and reward appetite, and most importantly, their time horizons. So if someone wishes to invest for a short to medium term duration, they can invest in debt mutual funds, and someone who's looking to invest for a longer time horizon in a higher risk product with relatively higher returns expectation, they can invest in equity mutual funds.
And there are many options that would be suitable to persons' varying requirements, and the best part is that people can now invest as low as ₹100 per month through different mutual funds.
Another point in managing your personal finances is that a person should be disciplined. Being disciplined with savings and investments is important, and through mutual funds, this discipline is made easy, as a person just has to opt for a SIP or a systematic investment plan.
Absolutely, and with the SIP, an amount that is decided by the investor is invested at a time fixed by the investor in a mutual fund picked by the investor himself. So in this way, the investor gets full freedom to choose their investment journey as well.
That's all on this edition of Nivesh Ke Fande. Hope we've been able to explain the difference between savings and investments for you. Stay tuned for more such investment insights only on ET Now.
And with that, we are out of time in this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. Goodbye from Winnie, myself, and the team that put the show together. Stay tuned. Markets at noon coming up next with Anisha and Pankaj.
Seasoned market experts
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
and analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. What are markets really stealing the show?
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. What are markets really stealing the show?
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. What are markets really stealing the show?
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now.
The last read shrugs off early trading blues. Nifty makes an attempt to cross 17,900 but has again slipped below the mark of 17,850 at the moment. Volatility in Adani stocks and lackluster trades in metal cap the gains.
Mutual funds on a monthly basis see one of the highest inflow in 2 months over the equity segment. This is according to the latest AMFI data which just got released some while back. Equity AUM stays near live high, about 15 lakh crore. This is for the third straight month.
Adani stocks make a U-turn after MSCI says it is reviewing the free float of the group's share. 9 out of the 10 listed stocks are under pressure today. The fall is stark after the recovery over the past couple of trading sessions.
Cummins looking strong right from the word go. This is after a beat on the Q3 numbers, followed by decent optimistic commentary from the management and the parent company. Lower commodity price, boost margins, similar trend. Investors see sustained momentum in the store. Tata Group companies beats estimate.
Nifty earnings in focus today. Hindalco could report a weak Q3 on the back of lower aluminium price and similar trend playing out in the sector. Margins and profits could both come under pressure.
Earnings season continue in full swing. Most earnings company to watch out for. Zomato is the one that everybody would be eyeing out for. CEO has hinted profitability. Lupin, on the other hand, also expected to declare numbers. Expect one of the strongest quarter coming in from Lupin, led completely by the flu season.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets at Noon on ET Now. I'm Anisha Jain, and with me as always is the dapper looking Pankaj Poddar. Well, Pankaj, for the market, it doesn't look very pretty because there are a lot of jagged edges today. It's not a huge decline that we are staring at, but still the market momentum continues to be a bit iffy, and it's the bank Nifty that really continues to underperform. No reason as such, but I'm guessing a bit of profit booking perhaps.
Absolutely, but once again, it's the Adani volatility. I think that's keeping the markets on the sideline. But nevertheless, that's something which one has to grapple with. Devyani international numbers at the bottom of your screen. PAT number 71 crores versus 66 on a YOY basis. On a YOY basis, growth is not looking that particular strong on the profit front. However, internals could be completely different. If you look at the revenue, 790 versus 624. Remember, all the companies, whether it's Jubilant, whether it's various other companies, they have seen margin contraction, and I see no reason why this company would have not followed because most of their ingredients are probably the same. EBITDA 174 versus 148, not looking a bad set of numbers on the growth front. Margins have declined by 170 basis points. We'll get some expectations going in just a bit as well. Let's go across to Rahul Sharma, Director, Head Technical and Derivative Research, JM Financial Services. Rahul, thanks for taking our time. Let's first start with the markets, Nifty, Bank Nifty. What are the important levels to watch out for?
Yeah, very good afternoon. So it is clearly after the stupendous recovery that we saw at least intraday yesterday, markets are sort of going into a remorse about the 17,800 mark. But I feel the more time we spend over here, the better it will be, because eventually this is the 100-day exponential moving average area where there is a lot of tussle between bulls and bears. And the leadership so far that we have been getting from Bank Nifty seems to have been subdued in the last 4 odd sessions, especially around the RBI policy. I think eventually if we do manage to hold on to 17,700 mark, we should be headed towards the 18,000, 18,200 trajectory in the Nifty. And Bank Nifty should also eventually shake off its weakness if it is able to hold or defend the morning low, which is 41,250 odd. And my sense is it is primarily the weakness that is in Bank Nifty that is driving the broader market. And like you rightly said, it is the Adani volatility which is back onto the street, which is again causing a bit of nerves into the market. Having said that, India VIX is in a comfortable place. We believe that as long as this number does not escalate in a big way above the 15 mark, the worst is definitely behind us, and eventually we should see the markets crossing this wall of worry as well. So we are along with a 17,700 stop loss on the Nifty with a view that 18,000, 18,200 should be tested anytime soon.
Okay, continue to remain a long view on the markets. But Rahul, before I come to your recommendations, I also wanted a word on the charts of Cummins, Siemens as well as Trent. All of these stocks are excited. In fact, Cummins and Siemens are sitting at all-time high levels. Is there more upside one should look at buying?
Yes, so capital goods sector has been quite in flavor, and actually today is a good day to be booking profits, especially the kind of build-up that we have been seeing in the last few sessions. So it is clearly, if you have long-term Cummins, it is advisable to book profits. This is not a market where we will see a runaway rally. So dips are something where you should be looking for fresh re-entry points. And I believe as long as the broader market does not give a proper breakdown, we should be looking at a strength counter. So clearly capital goods, clearly the the HDFC twins, Bajaj twins, and select FMCG names are the ones where there is relative strength which is exhibited, and we feel that buy on dip should be the right strategy. So in case you do have long positions in Siemens and Cummins, it is advisable to book profits here, maybe around 4 to 5% dip if it happens in the coming few days. That would be a good re-entry point for long positions.
So book profit in some of these capital goods names, but what about your